thought I had a good, no, there we go, that's better.
Okay. Well, this room has a lot of light and it's...
So, Marissa, what's our story from the front line today?
Yeah, so this story comes to us from Mason County. We partner with the Spectrum Health Cancer Center there, and they provide us referrals, and we also manage a fund for them. So Lori comes to us as a referral from the Ludington Cancer Center, and the self-sufficiency advisor says she's an absolutely lovely woman, so delightful to work with, and she just has a great sense of humor. And even though she has a lot of struggles, like struggle with breathing, but she never complains about her circumstances, and so she's been really great to work with. But 2 months prior to us meeting her, she was diagnosed with cancer. So her daughter died of heart disease and her husband died of ALS. So she is in stage 4 lung cancer and is kind of in the battle alone. And Lori had worked her entire life, and due to the prognosis and what the treatments were going to be for her lung cancer, she no longer was able to work. So for the first time in her life, she was trying to navigate everything and getting assistance. So she was able to get on disability, but obviously that doesn't cover the monthly needs of any household. So she was falling behind on rent and utilities and all of her bills. She was trying to manage all of her bills on a very limited income for the first time in her life. So our self-sufficiency advisor was able to work with her. It was a good time in that there's a lot of resources available with COVID. So she was able to apply for SARA, which is the COVID Emergency Relief Act funding that is able to help with rent. So our worker was able to help her with that. So then she had a couple months rent being able to be covered. Also with Sarah, they're able to pay for utilities as well, so that was covered. And then our worker worked with her to apply for DHS benefits as well. And then we were able to get her also on the CARE program that our utility funding has.
It's affordable payment plan.
Affordable payment plan. So the past due portion is frozen, and then there is a discounted bill each month, and then the past due is forgiven once all of those are paid off. So that's a really incredible program, and it will help her, for the longer term as well. It's not just current needs. So the worker, our self-sufficiency worker, Amber, was also able to work with her on accessing really good food, because her oncologist, really had specific things that they need, that people in getting cancer treatments need to be eating, but those are expensive food items, and so it's hard to access that when you're on a limited income. And so Mason County is super blessed with a really awesome food pantry at their Lakeshore Resource Network, and so they have access to fresh fruits and vegetables and really solid proteins that are able to help her fight the cancer. So our team is really committed to working with Lori to be able to continue her fight with cancer, and setting her up as much as we can, and we're all cheering for her. And she really holds a special place, not only in our workers' heart, but because we hear her story too. She's really special for all of us. Our participants come from all kinds of different walks, but that in this case, it's someone experiencing, a need for the first time in their life, and just navigating those resources is, challenging for for folks who have never had to do it before. Obviously, this story is really touching because it's also, this woman is in a huge battle, and we are glad to be able to be there with her, to be alongside of her.